This is vital information that I'm going to share with you today, and it's about your mental and emotional health. It's so critical that you have positive emotions while you're healing. When I found out I could heal my body, I was elated. And I practiced these positive emotions as I was healing. So keep listening because I'm going to tell you about the power of being positive throughout this whole experience. Are you struggling with multiple sclerosis, or you have a loved one who's been diagnosed and you're searching for more answers outside your typical medical system? You're not alone. Your intuition is telling you there's more information out there, and you're right. Hi, I'm Adrienne. I'm a certified integrative nutrition health coach, author, and speaker. I'm also somebody who has reversed and healed all of my own MS symptoms and can get you there too. Are you ready to dive in? I am. Let's go. I know that some of you need support out there. So don't forget, you can sign up for a 30-minute call with me if you want to learn more. But I've got a couple of health coaching packages where you can talk to me that are 2, 3, and 6 one-hour sessions. And they're super affordable. So just reach out, info@nourishyourway.com. But today I want to talk about how your emotional and mental health is so important in healing MS. Emotions can significantly affect diseases like MS in terms of the severity and the disease progression. So when you have relapses, think about, okay, what was I eating 24 hours prior to that? And also, what was I feeling? Was I depressed? Was I anxious about something? Was I worried about something? Was I stressed about something? Because this can be a major cause to a relapse. So if you do have stress, anxiety, depression, positive emotions can really help. So I'm going to go over how negative emotions first and how they can hinder your healing. And also, stress increases cortisol and inflammation. What's also common is depression and anxiety. MS affects the brain, we know that, and it affects our nervous system. But in our brain, areas that regulate mood is in the brain. So there's a higher risk for people getting MS with depression and anxiety. And depression can also worsen fatigue and lower the quality of your life. And anxiety can make symptoms like tremors, plasticity, and bladder problems feel even worse. Another negative point is that negative emotions can disrupt your sleep. And poor sleep can exacerbate fatigue and cognitive issues, which we know are already common with MS. Now I'm going to talk about how positive emotions can help your MS and help you heal. An example of techniques like yoga, meditation, and gratitude practices can help lower your stress and improve coping with your symptoms. Then also, what's truly important is getting social support. So hopefully you're getting support at home. And if you're not getting support at home, reach out. Talk to your closest friends. You might find MS support groups. Although I'm going to tell you a story. After I healed all of my symptoms, I thought, I'm going to go out. I'm going to find some MS Society support groups and help other people heal. Help them figure out how to get better. And so I went to one for a little while, and I shared my story, and I shared how my diet mostly helped my diagnosis get reversed. And this is what's so funny. I went for 3 or 4 more times, and every time that I went, the 2 people that were kind of in charge of holding these monthly meetings, it was about 1 or 2 hours, they always put out these unhealthy snacks. So they would put out cookies, brownies, microwave popcorn, which has all these trans fats in it. And I thought, I'm not getting through to these people. They're not understanding how diet is critical in healing your MS. And you're probably not going to go to ones that are holistic MS support groups. The MS Society support groups are usually people that are going through drug treatments. And that was the one I went to. And there were a couple people in wheelchairs. And, even though I met a couple of nice people, they didn't get any holistic information connected to their healing. It was kind of like it went in one ear and out the other. So be careful about which support groups you go to. I'm also going to give you some ideas here on how to help you with some strategies here for mind-body practices with MS. Number 1, mindfulness and meditation. The benefits of this is this reduces stress, improves focus, and lowers inflammation. This is anything related to meditation or calming practices. Let me give you an example. Number 1, you can do guided meditations. There's some on YouTube. You can get an app like Headspace or Calm app where you can lay on the bed and just listen to some calming music and think positive thoughts. Here's an idea. Think about your happy place. Is your happy place on a beach in Maui? Think of yourself there. Maybe you're laying on the towel, on the sand, and you're hearing the waves, and it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. Maybe that's your happy place. Think about that for 5 minutes. Or maybe your happy place is in the mountains. Maybe you're hiking in the trees. So visualize yourself on your favorite hike. The sun is shining. You're seeing animals. You're seeing deer. You're seeing birds. You got on your favorite pair of hiking shoes on. And maybe you're picturing yourself with a friend, or maybe you're alone. Or you do meditations like I did. And I did talk about this in one of my episodes, is 5 minutes before I went to sleep and 5 minutes after I woke up, I would lay there and I would think about my body healing itself. I would start at my head. I would picture either a bright white light or a blue greenish orb going through my body that was healing my body. It was going through very slowly, starting at my head and then going down to my chest, going down my arms to my hands, coming back up and going down the rest of my body and healing as it went, going down to my legs, to my knees, to my shins, to my feet, and then all the way up. And this took about 5 minutes, right? 2.5 minutes down and 2.5 minutes up. That's what I did. I visualized this light or this orb healing me, and that helped. Now, something else that might help, cognitive behavior therapy, CBT, and this might benefit depression, anxiety, and unhelpful thought patterns. And this would be most likely a therapist helping you. This was part of my problem, and I talked about this. So I had some childhood trauma I had to release. I had to forgive a parent figure who was a narcissist all my life. And I would think about unhealthy patterns. I would think about over and over and over different situations that happened to me. And I had a hard time releasing that. So if you have unhealthy patterns of some sort of trauma that you think of over and over and over and over, you need to release that. And it might take you going to a therapist to help you break that pattern. And there's no shame in that, not at all. And yes, you might need help releasing that. And that's PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. That can be any kind of trauma, childhood trauma, military trauma, any violence you experienced, sexual trauma, religious trauma. There's a lot of traumas out there. I wrote about it in my book, Chapter 9, Stress and Trauma Relief. And for those of you who don't know, There's a book that I wrote, it's on Amazon, The Path to Reverse Multiple Sclerosis Naturally. And that's just one of my chapters, is releasing stress and trauma that you might have experienced. So here's another idea on healthy practices to help you with your emotional and mental health is physical activity, right? So especially when you exercise outside, it boosts your mood. It usually makes you happier. It reduces fatigue and maintains your mobility. Now, if you're in a wheelchair, I get it, or a cane, but gosh, have you heard of chair yoga? That is getting really popular now. And gosh, you can go onto YouTube and watch a video on it and start doing that. When you move your body and you focus on physical activity, it boosts your mood. Breathing techniques is another helpful tip on raising your mental or emotional health to a positive one. You've probably heard of box breathing. I'm going to do an episode on breathing, but real quick, box breathing is breathing in for 4, holding it for 4, breathing out for 4, and holding for 4 again. And you just repeat this process, and you can do it 4 or 5 times. And this can also help reduce stress. So here's the last idea that I have for raising your mood is journaling. Lots of people do this. Writing is so therapeutic, and you might be able to get out some negative emotions this way. But I'd like you to end your journaling. Maybe you journal for 10 minutes. Always end with a positive thought. Maybe you journal something like, I'm having brain fog and severe fatigue, and I'm really feeling down and depressed about this. But then I want you to write something like, I can get over this. I can heal from this. I know that my life is going to get better soon. And you can also write daily what you're grateful for. Having a gratitude journal or writing something in your journal every day about what you're grateful for will help you develop positive feelings. And when you feel positive and grateful for things, it helps you heal. It really does. So I want you to start practicing that if you don't. And then I also want you to reach out to friends and family that you're close to, or people that really make your heart smile, people that you adore and who adore you, because you need support as you're going through this. So pick up the phone and call them, or schedule a lunch with them, see them face to face. That's super important. And then the last thing that can boost your mood and mental health is having a creative outlet. I want you to do something that you love at least multiple times a week. So is that art? Is that painting? Is that drawing? Is that music? Is it playing music? Is it listening to music? Is it writing? We just talked about journaling. Is it fishing? Is it volunteering at your animal shelter? Is it playing with your dog? Is it playing board games with your family? What do you like doing? I want you to do more of that, because the more you practice things that you love, it boosts your mood, and it's going to help you heal much faster. And I'm going to end the session with, I remember when I learned that I could heal my MS diagnosis. And when I learned that I could do this, I was ecstatic. I was so overjoyed, and I felt excited every day. And I knew it was going to take time, but I just kept at eating the nutritious food that I knew would help me heal. And my happiness and excitement accelerated my healing. And you can do the same. I am behind you all the way. Are you on the fence and wondering if you can heal and would like some support from somebody who's been in your shoes? You can absolutely heal, and I can walk you through my 12-week program. Change is hard, but I've made it much easier to modify your dietary habits and other lifestyle changes like body movement, emotional health, and self-care. I'm with you all the way, so just hop onto my website, nourishyourway.com, and navigate to the Work With Me page. You can either sign up there or apply for a 30-minute free call with me if you have any questions. Taking action is the first step, and I'm behind you. Also, if you like this podcast, please share it to somebody else who might be struggling. I'm so happy to be a guiding light for you, and I'll be back in a few days.